All right, so Matthew, we're here at the Star Mart. This is the Shell station where the incident happened a couple of years ago. I want to start by having you kind of walk through where everybody was positioned so that people can get an idea.
Okay, so I pulled up, I parked in the second spot in right there after this little break.
All right.
And while I was in the store, a couple minutes just buying some things, another car had pulled up into this spot here, which is right in front of the door. And when I came out, you know, they were right here, so I had to pass their vehicle to get to mine.
Right, so you were parked in this spot right here.
Yeah.
They were parked in that spot right there, so at an angle.
Right.
There's a full parking space plus this little no parking triangle zone here.
Right.
Now, when you walked out and you looked, first of all, did you even look in the car?
When I came out, I saw two individuals looking at me, saying something towards me. I didn't know what they were saying. Obviously, they were inside the vehicle. I was outside, so I couldn't make it out. I didn't stop. I didn't, say anything back. I didn't exchange any words. I didn't approach their vehicle. I just kept going to mine. And by the time I was in this parking spot, two doors were open. A very belligerent, drunk individual was very clearly aggravated, and forcing that aggravation towards me. And then as I retreated in my vehicle and entered my car, he had placed himself in my doorway.
Sure. So the drunk individual who got out of the car got out of the back door, correct?
Right, passenger side rear door.
So something you didn't know at the time that we didn't find out till later, Chief Parra was in the back seat, as was his wife, and she was inside of the store buying beer. That's what the surveillance cameras show. When you came out, he got out of the back. Turned out that his two teenage children were in the front. So essentially they were getting DD'd around by their teenage, I believe, daughter, right. 17 years old, and the 15-year-old son was in the passenger seat.
Right.
So they're claiming that you walked out and circled the vehicle.
Right.
And not only that you pointed in and said, I'm gonna kick a 15-year-old ass tonight.
Right.
Did that happen?
I don't talk like that, number one, and number two, I would never go out of my way to approach a stranger's vehicle who I don't know and say something like that.
Did you say anything at all?
No.
Not
no
a word?
words were exchanged.
There was also a claim, Matthew, that at some point you were in this altercation with Mr. Parra and you took a gun out of your waistband and you pointed it at his chest.
Right.
So first of all, did you have a gun on your person at all?
No. I kept my gun holstered in my vehicle.
Did you ever point a gun at anybody at any point in time?
No.
So just, again, complete fabrications,
right.
and pretty malicious fabrications, by the way. Now you've moved into aggravated assault, which is the charge that was brought against you if somebody were to believe those allegations.
Right.
So I want to walk you over here. Can you show me where you were when the door opened, when the belligerent man exits the vehicle? Try to position yourself where you were.
I feel like at that point, again, this is 2 years' time, so my memory may not be spot on, and I apologize for that. But at that time, my driver's side door was here. I was not much further than right about here by the time he got out of his car and closed this very small gap very quickly. All the while, flaring his arms, screaming, making himself larger, and, to my understanding, very willing to cause me harm.
Sure.
And by that time, as soon as he got out, I entered my vehicle here, and before I could close the door, he was inside, and I even put a hand on my car door and opened it further. And all the while, his minor son was trying to pull him away, and wasn't able to until his wife came out of the store and was luckily, able to remove him from my vehicle. I was able to close my door, and we left, which is all I wanted to do to begin with.
Yeah.
And I know it's been 2 years. Do you recall anything that Mr. Parra was saying to you or that his son was saying to him at any point in time?
I remember his family screaming something along the lines of his brother just died,
In other words, they're trying to explain to you why he's behaving like this.
Right. but that doesn't mean it's okay.
Exactly.
That's right. But it wasn't just so we're clear, because it seems like their tone changed, right? At first, they were apologetic for him. They kind of knew their dad was acting like a jackass, to be frank, right? They came up, they were trying to get him back. We're sorry, man. Hey, look, don't hold it against him. His brother just died. It's not like they were yelling at you, how dare you treat him like that because his brother just died. It was more apologetic tone.
Yeah, no, they were trying to get him off to relax, you know, and I guess they were trying to get me to understand why he was acting the way he was acting. But, you know, it's not acceptable in any sense of the word.
So one of the biggest kind of flips of the narrative that happens when you watch that video, because they're accusing you of using some sort of violence or threats against the boy. Turns out there was only one person that day that committed assault on a 15-year-old, and that was Mr. Parra. So where was the 15-year-old boy? Where were you positioned? What were you thinking when you saw him shove that 15-year-old?
I'll be honest, I mean, he was in my door when he kind of pushed him away, and my main focus was him. You know, I wasn't focused on anything else. I thought this guy was gonna, you know, seriously harm me. So my focus was on him and not allowing him to, you know, cause me any harm. But I was in my car already at that point, and I believe he pushed him away from, you know, the car door. But not too long after that, his wife exited the store, was able to get him away, and I closed my door immediately and I left.
Now, when the wife comes out, what is she saying?
I really don't recall. Everybody was kind of yelling because when he saw that I had a firearm, then he very quickly, he did, you know, start screaming, "You got a gun? What are you gonna do, shoot me? I'm the chief of the fire department. I'm a firefighter. And, you know, none of that holds any weight. You're the aggressor here, and you need to stop doing what you're doing."
Right.
And within that short time, you know, the wife had come out and just, I don't know what she said, I don't know what she did. Truthfully, I just know as soon as that man was out of my way enough for me to secure my door and get out of here, that's what I did. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to go home. That's it.
I want to talk to you about something that, in my opinion, was pretty amazing that happened when we showed up today. So our viewers might be able to see this place is closed for repairs. Apparently, a drunk guy drove a car through here a couple of nights ago. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
But there's still clerks inside. And when we walked up, they saw we were filming, and out comes apparently somebody that you knew. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I lived 5 minutes down the road, you know. I lived there for 2 years. I came here very frequently. And they know me, you know, every time I came in, we'd have a good conversation. You know, you find good people everywhere you go. And they were some good people, and they knew that very night that, you know, what had went down wasn't me being the aggressor. I came in there to buy candy bars, had a good conversation, and went home. These guys came in wasted and left with more alcohol.
Right.
You know, so they were
after victimizing
aware.
you.
Right.
But I guess
so she gave me the big hug she did.
Yeah, the surprise to me was she remembered the incident from 2 years ago, and the first thing she did is give you a big hug and said, "Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations on getting the case dismissed," because clearly it made an impact on her. She remembers this incident from years ago.
No, they did me, you know, they accused me of things I didn't do, and that affected me greatly.
Sure.
How'd it make you feel? She comes out, gives you a hug, and says,
Nice.
"Congratulations."
Felt nice.